Legacy migration is a very critical issue that all customers will face. We work with many different customers to help them address those issues. And really what it amounts to is that when every system has a life cycle and you put your initial investment in that system, and what you do is try to maintain that system over the life of it. But what you realize toward the end is that each system starts becoming obsolete, or it needs to upgrade version levels and just other issues to keep it current and supportable. And so what legacy migration entails is basically taking a look at that system, what you have in place, and developing a game plan to move that to a more current and supportable platform. And so what we can come in and do is to assess where you are, where you want to be, and then help connect the dots between the two. If you have an installed control system in place, then you should always keep migration considerations in mind, because every system and every manufacturer has a life cycle on that system. So you can do certain things to keep the system current to help increase that life cycle, but eventually you will need to consider options for upgrading that system to more current platforms. Once your system has been in place for a few years and you start seeing increases in components cost, more difficult options to obtain parts, difficulty in obtaining computers or your software making it run on current versions of Windows operating systems. Those are telltale signs that your system may be getting some age on it and may be considering or may need to consider options for migration. We have been working with customers over the last 20 years, and almost all of our customers will face this type of requirement eventually. So we have a well-established and proven methodology that we come in and evaluate your system, take a look at your database, your computers that you have in place, the software version levels, everything from your spare parts to even how your up and down time requirements of the system, and we can provide options for you, vendor neutral options. So often we can give you multiple options for different vendors if you wanted to consider another manufacturer even than the one you have in place. And a lot of manufacturers actually have specific paths that they have developed that can greatly improve the efficiency of an upgrade as well as reduce the cost and actually maintain some of your existing initial investment. A lot of times the biggest change in upgrading a system is not necessarily the hardware, it's the actual electrical mechanical installation. That's the big time consumer as well, because you have to touch a lot of wires and do a lot of rewiring. So a lot of vendors have developed procedures or time savers and wiring solutions that we have implemented that can help with that. So we can help pinpoint some of those for you as well. So we will develop a complete plan of migration, all the wiring diagrams, all the drawings required. We can look at options to even do it in stages. So sometimes we start with the front-end software, and then sometimes we start with the low-end, the hardware. So it just really depends on the application and how much downtime you can afford, or if any. And so then we basically present that plan to you. We work with you to agree on the schedule, and then we also come on site to help install, start up, test, train, whatever it takes to get you on the current or a new platform and make sure that you're happy with what you got.